The definition that we use is that citywide inclusive sanitation is a public service approach to planning and implementing urban sanitation services. And really, the key words that I think are important to take note of are obviously the ones that I highlighted here, that public service component. And I think it's important to clarify that public service doesn't necessarily mean publicly delivered. It means that there's a public entity that is responsible for ensuring delivery and coordinating a market, but that it can be delivered by a private sector provider or multiple private sector providers at different levels. And not only it can be provided by a private sector partner, but the private sector is actually much more incentivized and better able to organize and deliver safe, inclusive services when there's a public sector approach. So when we take that coordinated market approach, we have less kind of market failures, and we can build safety and inclusivity into business models. The other important component here is that the focus is on outcomes and inclusive outcomes, and the focus is not on sewered or non-sewered. And so the difference between, getting straight to the point of what's the difference between FSM and CWISE, and why are you guys giving us a new acronym? The FSM is a way to deal with non-sewered sanitation, and citywide inclusive. Do I have to admit? There we go. Citywide inclusive sanitation is not just about getting on-site sanitation safely managed. It's about looking at the entire city and deciding what's the most effective way to help a city move from an unsafe scenario to a safe scenario. How do you use revenues in an equitable way? How do you use revenues and financial resources in a sustainable way? And that difference between looking just at one type of technology, sewers in kind of traditional contexts, FSM has bubbled up a lot more and gotten a lot more attention, to really looking at outcomes, allows a city to decide what's best for that city at any given time and in any given location, because different technologies are required in different locations, in different cities, and in different locations within a city. So it really focuses on the outcomes.